You know, for all the crap that I give the Calgary Flames and their team, even though I am a Vancouver Canucks fan, at some point, I gotta say I feel bad about it. I do. I feel bad that most of the videos we make about the Calgary Flames on this YouTube channel happen to be negative. Oh, this guy wants out. Oh, this guy got traded away. This guy talks about why people don't want to go to Calgary. This other player is already expressing disinterest in staying. Stuff like that. We always talk about the negative. And this is the point in time where you're seeing more and more negative stories come about that I was like, you know what? We could talk about some of the good things too, right? Not that I'm a Calgary Flames fan or anything, but earlier today we had ourselves some news that I thought was pretty good, and it highlights somebody who is so extraordinary that he may just be one of the best hockey players in the world not playing in the NHL right now. Let's head over to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers and talk about the goaltender who was just named the AHL's President's Award, Dustin Wolf. Now, the tweet comes to us here from the Calgary Flames. Congrats to Dustin Wolf, who has been named the AHL's 2023 President's Award Player Excellence winner. He led the AHL in wins with 42, save percentage a 932, GAA a 209, shutouts he had 7, minutes played 3,238, saves 1,540, and shots faced 1,653. Dustin Wolf was the busiest goaltender in the AHL. He also was the best goaltender in the AHL. How do you lead the league in win, save percentage, goals against average, shutouts, minutes played, saves, and shots faced, and not go out there and make headlines? Dustin Wolf is a goaltending prospect that, based off of all the statistics, based off of everything we're seeing from other scouting outlets as well, this guy could very well just be the best goalie not playing in the NHL today. And we have a bunch of articles and other things going out there talking about this too. Let's go over onto the hockey news, because what Tony Ferrari did earlier this week was talk about the Calgary Flames and their prospect pool. The link to this article is going to be in the description if you want to go ahead and read it yourself, but if we scroll down to the Dustin Wolf part, it says here that he has stopped pucks at an elite level since his WHL days, and his AHL track record has been nearly spotless. He's been named the AHL's top goalie for the last 2 years, and he won the AHL MVP award this past season. Wolf may be just 6 feet tall, but he's possibly the best netminder outside the National Hockey League. If the goaltending in Calgary falters in any way this year, we could see Wolf take the crease and never let it go. If, of course, he doesn't take it in training camp. Now, for Wolf, this is a really great profile for a guy that was always such a good goalie prospect, but was always somebody that we didn't really give the benefit of the doubt to. The fact that he's 6 feet 174 was always a slight on this player. And even back in 2018-19 when he was draft eligible, he was already one of the top studs in the dub. 936 save percentage, 169 goals against in 61 games played as a draft eligible goalie, but he gets taken in the 7th round because he happens to be small. But hey, the Calgary Flames took their chance, although it was towards the very end of the draft, and there have been so many rewards reaped by this player ever since. He played in the WHL, as we had said, he dominated over there, he made the Stockton Heat a little bit later on, and this previous season, I mean, look, it just continues the pattern we have seen out of this player from his Stockton Heat days and his other developments since getting drafted. Of course, he's no longer on the Stockton Heat, that team doesn't exist anymore, but the Calgary Flames had this guy right in their backyard in the AHL team, putting up all the crazy numbers that he did. Number 1 in save percentage while also being number 1 in minutes. Like, those two just don't normally combine. But Dustin Wolf was good enough that he had himself that profile. In fact, he played 1 NHL game with the Flames this season, had a 958 save percentage. Pretty good over there. The rewards are very self-explanatory. I mean, if we go over here to the Elite Prospects page, Best Goaltender Award, so he got that. Best Goaltending Duo, so pretty much he got the Jennings and the Vezina of the AHL. Also was on the first All-Star team, he had the most shutouts, he was the MVP in the AHL. So this guy, I mean, just taking a look at all the awards, you could really much say that he was the best player in the American Hockey League, just period. And he happens to be a 6 feet goalie. This is where we talk about what the Calgary Flames could be doing next with their goaltending situation, because assuming you end up seeing Vladar get traded, there's probably going to be ample opportunity for this guy to split the load with Jacob Markstrom. That is, of course, unless you see him actually be the better goaltender out of training camp and into the Calgary Flames preseason. It's not impossible, honestly. Like, of course, AHL, NHL, they're different, but if you wanted to just take a look at guys outside the National Hockey League, Dustin Wolf is right up there in terms of magnitude of greatness as all the other guys we're seeing in Russia and in Finland and all these other leagues doing their thing, because the AHL is right there, just underneath the NHL's second-tier pro league, and Wolf is the best player there. Like, I don't want to go out there and start projecting potentials and everything, but okay, let's do this exercise. So Wolf, as we had said, was drafted in 2019. Let's go over to the guy that I think a lot of people could recognize as quote-unquote the best goalie in the NHL right now, Igor Shesterkin. Drafted in 2014, so 5 years prior to Dustin Wolf. If we go 5 years into the past, so what is that, I cannot do math, 2018? Yeah, 2017-18? In this time frame, Igor Shesterkin was playing for SKA St. Petersburg, and he had a .933 save percentage in 28 games played, a .170 goals against average, and he was one of the best goalies in that league. Now, he wasn't the top goalie, he didn't get those honors until the year after. And so, seeing what Igor Shesterkin did when he was Wolf's age, I'd honestly go out there and say that Wolf and his .932 save percentage in 55 AHL games is more impressive than what Igor did, .933 save percentage in 28 games. Now, it's interesting because Igor actually had a better year before this season, .937 save percentage in 16-17 in 39 games, .164 goals against in that season. That's when he won a whole bunch of Goalie of the Week awards and whatnot. But still, Dustin Wolf is in that territory where you could say that he's either a bit better or in the same level. Now, I get it, save percentage-wise, goals against average-wise, you might say that Igor has the favorite here, but Igor was beat. That's part of the reason this is important, because Dustin Wolf was the best goalie in the AHL this previous year. When Igor Shesterkin was putting up the numbers he did, you had guys like Pavel Francouz, Lars Johansson, Alexei Krasikov, all putting up better numbers. So, yeah, I mean, even Mikko Koskinen was going out there and playing better. So, it's kind of interesting to see how everything works out this way, because the goaltenders in the league also dictate the conversations we have about them, because Dustin Wolf was undisputably the best goalie. I mean, go over to the AHL, see save percentage, see goals against, and you could see that Dustin Wolf had a 0.005 save percentage lead over the second place guy, and in terms of goals against, I mean, he was much better than Hunter Shepard as well. So, plain and simple, Dustin Wolf is doing things we haven't seen before. His goaltending, I would say, is better in the AHL than Igor Shesterkin's was in the KHL when Shesterkin was Wolf's age. And now, you got a Calgary Flames team that boasts the likes of a bunch of your guys wanting out, but there are some positive stories in the pipeline. Wolf just happens to be arguably the best one. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Dustin Wolf winning all the awards that he had done? What are your thoughts about the season he had? And how good do you think this guy is going to become at the NHL level when he is in his prime? Do you think his size is going to hold him back? Or do you think his athleticism, his ability to just stop pucks is really going to prevail in the top league in the world? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.